Okay, so today is the day that we are going to burst one of the biggest myths in the tax world, which is filing extensions. Is it good? Is it bad? Will you get audited if you file an extension? Okay. What is an extension? Surprisingly, I've been doing tax and accounting for 13 years, and a lot of people don't know that you have 6 months to extend filing your taxes. Okay, so we're going to go over all of those fun facts plus more. Okay, so myth number one is you have to file your taxes by April 15th, and if you don't, you are late and you're going to go to jail. That is absolutely false. So here in America, you get a 6 month automatic extension. So for example, for business tax returns, the deadline is March 15. So if you file an extension, you can file your taxes by September 15. And then for individual tax returns and C Corp tax returns, the deadline is April 15, but if you get a 6 month extension, you have until October 15 to file your taxes. Here is myth number two. Myth number two says that since I have 6 months extension to file my taxes, I could also pay in 6 months. That is wrong. Okay? An extension to file is not an extension to pay. So you're supposed to pay 90% of what you think a balance is going to be for the current year. However, as we all know, that's easier said than done. So a more practical advice is to pay 100% of your balance due in the previous year. So for example, right now it's 2026, so we are filing the 2025 taxes. So if let's say in 2024 you had a tax due of $1,000. So when you file an extension for 2025 in 2026, go ahead and make a $1,000 automatic extension payment as well. Okay? Because if you don't, you could get hit with interest and penalties, and that's a big no-no. And just so that you know, a late payment penalties can be 0.5% every single month, and it could go up to 25% in penalties, plus interest. So I'm not sure if I said that correctly, so let me repeat myself, just in case I butchered that. So every month that you are late on your payments, it doesn't matter if you filed your extension to file, you're getting hit with a penalty. 0.5% every single month, up to 25%. Plus, as a bonus, you're also going to accumulate interest as well. Okay, so here is another myth that I have heard in my 13 years in accounting and tax. People think that if you file an extension, you are more likely to get audited by the IRS. And that is not true at all. Okay? That 6 months that is given to you, that is not going to be a strike against you if you take it. That's not going to raise any red flags if you take it. Okay? As long as you file your extension, and as long as you make your automatic extension payment on time, there should be no problems, especially if you file your taxes within that 6 months extension period. Okay, it's there for a reason. The government gives you that additional time so that you can gather additional documents that you might need, invoices, receipts, closing documents, finish up your bookkeeping if you haven't done that yet. Okay, if you want to do a cost segregation for the previous year, there you go. That's an extra 6 months for you to go and do that, for you to find a qualified cost segregation specialist who can help you with that so that you can get the bonus depreciation. Because remember, starting in 2025, 100% bonus depreciation is back. Okay. But please remember that this is not the time to procrastinate. If you file an extension, make sure that you're being proactive with gathering all that information that you need to get your taxes across the finish line. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get through October, September, October, wait at the absolute last minute to start gathering your information. Because first of all, there's no more extensions after the September and October deadline. So if you miss that deadline, that's going to be a late filing, and if you don't pay, that's also late payment. So you don't want to get hit with those interest and penalties. Also, some CPAs will charge you a surge price for you coming last minute and if they need to expedite your tax preparation. So to make the long story short, that 6 months of extension is a gift from the government. I encourage my clients to take it because that gives us more time to make sure that we're capturing all of the deductions that the client took in the previous year. Because sometimes, during the holidays, during the start of the year, we forget that we took a deduction during the beginning part of the current or previous tax year. So by us giving ourselves more time to look through our records, we are helping us ourselves to put our best forward from a tax preparation and tax planning perspective. All right. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you want us to follow your extension, please reach out to our team, hit the link below, and don't worry, your accountant handles that.